You're standing in an airport security line. Everything feels routine. The bins slide forward, shoes come off, laptops get pulled out, and then an officer steps towards you, not looking at your bag, but directly at your phone. Your stomach drops because in that moment, you realize you have absolutely no idea what's on that device or whether any of it could be a problem. This is happening to real travelers right now, and most of them have no idea it's coming until it's too late. Here's what nobody tells you when you book your flight. There are two completely different sets of rules operating at American airports simultaneously, and confusing them could cost you your trip or far worse. The TSA agents handling security checkpoints, their job is finding physical threats, weapons, explosives, dangerous liquids. They cannot legally force you to unlock your phone. That's the rule most people know. But the moment you're dealing with Customs and Border Protection officers, everything changes. These agents operate under entirely different legal authority. They can demand device access, copy your files, scroll through your photos, and dig into your social media accounts without needing a warrant or even a specific reason to suspect you. In 2024 alone, more than 35,000 devices were searched at American borders. That number isn't slowing down, it's accelerating. And before you think this only happens to people who deserve it, let me walk you through some cases that should genuinely disturb you. A Brazilian engineer with a completely clean record arrived in Miami in 2024 for a business trip. Officers found photos on his phone from a nuclear research facility he had visited professionally, 8 hours of interrogation, missed connections, a visa situation that nearly went sideways, all over legitimate work photos he'd completely forgotten were there. Then there's the Colombian content creator with hundreds of thousands of followers who got pulled aside in Los Angeles because officers reviewed her Instagram and decided certain memes criticizing immigration policy counted as anti-American content. 6 hours of questioning over social media posts. A Canadian traveler in Detroit got stopped because his WhatsApp group was named something that included the number 420. Officers assumed drug connection. 5 hours held before anyone figured out it was just a joke name for a friend group. These aren't edge cases pulled from conspiracy forums. The ACLU has documented that roughly 65% of device inspections in 2024 targeted ordinary travelers, not individuals already flagged for suspicious behavior. Random selection, arbitrary judgment calls. And here's the number that should make your blood run cold. Around 82% of travelers in those situations unlocked their devices even when they were legally within their rights to refuse, simply because they panicked under pressure. So let's talk about the thing almost everyone gets wrong. The I have nothing to hide mindset. It feels logical. It's also genuinely dangerous when applied to border crossings. Officers aren't only hunting for illegal content, they're analyzing patterns, tone of messages, who you talk to, and how often, what apps you have installed, what groups you belong to. Research has shown that the overwhelming majority of border incidents involving devices stem from content the traveler didn't even consciously remember having on their phone. Old photos, saved memes, group chats from years ago. Here's the trap that catches people who do try to prepare at the last minute. Deleting things right before you fly is actually one of the worst moves you can make. Forensic tools used at borders can recover deleted files going back months, and sudden mass deletion activity raises flags in airport systems. There was a case of a lawyer who thought she was being smart by clearing out old photos from a political protest she attended years earlier. Authorities flagged the deletion pattern itself, held her for 12 hours, and nearly revoked her work authorization. The preparation window isn't the night before your flight. It starts weeks out. Now, let's get into the 6 specific things you need to address before you ever get to that security line. First, political content. This includes private messages, memes, and social media posts that could be interpreted as hostile toward governments, immigration policy, or law enforcement. Context means nothing to an officer making a snap judgment. Second, party photos and images taken in sensitive locations. Photos from protests, certain industrial facilities, government buildings, military areas, or anything that could be read as investigative documentation. Third, apps that draw unnecessary scrutiny, dating apps, cryptocurrency wallets, encrypted communication tools, or apps associated with countries that are currently under heightened political tension with the United States. Fourth, contact names that could be misread, nicknames, inside jokes, or abbreviations that could look suspicious to someone with no context for your personal relationships. Fifth, financial information and transaction records that show large movements of money, crypto activity, or anything that looks ambiguous without explanation. And sixth, cached data and browser history you've completely forgotten about. Old searches, saved passwords, autofill information. This is the silent category that catches people off guard because it's invisible until someone goes looking. So What do the people who travel regularly through high-risk border crossings actually do to protect themselves? Journalists, diplomats, international business executives, they start roughly 2 weeks before departure with a full encrypted backup of their device to a secure cloud service with two-factor authentication enabled. Only after that backup is confirmed do they begin preparing the travel device itself. Some reset to factory settings and reinstall only what's genuinely necessary for the trip. Airline apps, hotel confirmations, offline maps, a few emergency contacts. Others carry a completely separate secondary device specifically for international travel, keeping their primary phone with all personal data at home entirely. On whatever device does travel, recently opened apps matter. A list of recently accessed applications can tell an officer a story. Make sure that story is boring. When you actually reach the checkpoint and an officer approaches you about your device, the first thing to establish is who exactly is asking, TSA or CBP. Your response and your rights are completely different depending on the answer. Stay calm, maintain eye contact, ask clearly and without aggression whether unlocking the device is legally required in this specific situation. Many officers, when they realize a traveler knows their rights, will move on. If you do need to provide access, never verbally hand over your password. Write it down on paper. This distinction actually matters legally in terms of what counts as voluntary disclosure under pressure. If things escalate, invoking your right to speak with a lawyer before continuing is not aggressive behavior. It's a legal protection most travelers don't know they can use. Always. Request a written receipt for anything confiscated. Note badge numbers. Do not sign documents you haven't fully read and understood. For non-citizens, the calculation is more complicated because entry itself can be denied, but calm, informed engagement consistently produces better outcomes than panic. Here's where things are heading that most travelers aren't thinking about yet. Airport security is increasingly integrating artificial intelligence into device screening processes. These systems don't just look at content, they analyze behavioral patterns, how often you unlock your phone, which apps you cycle through, even typing rhythm in some experimental deployments. There are pilot programs testing data extraction capabilities that exploit wireless vulnerabilities without direct device contact. By 2026, some regulatory frameworks under consideration would allow agents to access cloud backups linked to devices being inspected, meaning a wiped phone doesn't necessarily mean protected data. The tools to counter this exist right now. Encrypted messaging applications, biometric security modes, travel-specific security profiles built into modern operating systems. But using them requires setting them up before you're standing in a security line with your heart pounding. Your action timeline looks like this. 30 days before departure, begin gradual deletion of sensitive content using secure deletion tools, not just standard trash clearing. 15 days out, prepare your travel device and confirm your backup is complete and secure. 3 days before flying, disable Bluetooth, NFC, and Wi-Fi on your travel device and switch to a temporary email account unlinked from your primary accounts. At the airport, keep the battery charged because a powered-down device creates its own set of suspicions. Know exactly who you're talking to and what authority they actually hold. After you return, change passwords, monitor your accounts for unusual activity, and consider an identity monitoring service. Your phone carries your entire digital identity. Every relationship, every financial detail, every private thought you typed out and hit send on. That identity deserves the same protection you'd give anything else that's irreplaceable. Share this information with people who travel. The more travelers arrive informed, the harder it becomes for this process to catch people completely off guard. Subscribe if you want to stay ahead of these evolving regulations because the rules are changing faster than most people realize, and the next update could affect your very next trip.